We are brought to you by Leopard Spotted Penguins, and it's a good day to podcast. It's a good day. It's a beautiful Monday. A little rain in the forecast for tomorrow, but it is what it is. This is the last episode I'm going to be recording from upstate New York. You all probably, when you initially heard me say that, thought my last episode ever. No, I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me. But last episode in good old V-Town before I am off to Charlottesville for a time. Hopefully the Wi-Fi in my apartment's good. That could be brought into question next week when we record. So brace yourself. I'd like to shout out football for rearing its head again. It's back. We had preseason games. I actually watched more of the Dolphins game than I thought because of the fact that Rosen played for essentially 3 quarters. So not complaining. How was your preseason week 1 extravaganza, gentlemen?
I'm going to be honest. I didn't really watch many games outside of the Giants and the Jets. Daniel Jones, kid balled out a little bit. I mean, I know people have been hating on him, but he showed out a little bit. Kyler Murray with a decent performance. I caught a little bit of that. Other than that, you really won't catch me tuning into too many games until about preseason week 3, give or take a week.
So, it's Thursday. Panthers played. They ended up not even playing any starters on offense. None. 0. But I went to the bar, got a bucket of Bud Light.
So you're officially a Panthers fan?
I have determined it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's official. This is the official announcement. We are still a Panthers fan. I could have been more exciting announcing that, I guess, but Chad kind of ruffled my feathers a little bit, kind of popping the question out of nowhere. I feel like you just proposed to me.
Thank you.
So I guess if I was a girl, I wouldn't have handled it very well, to be honest. That was tough.
If you okay, let's do that quickly. Where is your ideal place to propose to your future significant other? Where would it be? John, you're up first. Anywhere. Funds are not an issue. It's the love of your life, and you're like, I want to make it official. I want to put a ring on that goddamn finger. Where are you bringing him or her, and how's it going to go down?
Whew. I have never been less prepared for a question in my life than that question. I literally couldn't tell you. I can't even take care of my own shoes. You expect me to think about where I'm going to propose to someone?
Wow. Okay, that's a bit of a bust.
I have no idea. I mean, do you want me to just say something off the cuff or?
Well, I got one if you want to think about it.
Let's hear it.
So this is probably, let's say, 5 years down the road. You two are my best friends, and I'm gonna need one of you in on it with me. So this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna be, let's just say we're all living together in Charlotte at this point, and one night I'm gonna be like, boys, I'm proposing tonight. So John, you're gonna help me out. So I'm gonna John and
I'm just chilling.
You're recording, Connor. You have to record.
Okay.
So John and I are gonna get in a fake fight. Okay. We are gonna need acting lessons to make this happen. But long story short, I'm gonna have the ring in my mouth. So John and I are gonna get in a fake altercation, but my significant other isn't gonna be in on it. We're gonna start shoving each other. Finally, John lays the wood. He clocks me in the face, okay? I flare, I get hit in the face. I turn and I spit something in the air, okay? Girlfriend sees me going down, but at the same time sees something flying through the air, so she has to catch it. I fall down onto one knee. She looks down, realizes it's a ring, looks down at the floor, sees me on one knee. So-and-so, will you marry me? There it is.
All right,
so I want to go through my 3 biggest concerns from hearing that out.
I have a lot of thoughts, Connor. Can we go snake draft here?
Let me just rip off my top 3 real quick. Number 1, you're expecting your girlfriend to be pretty damn athletic to catch a ring flying out of your mouth while she's more focused on you getting knocked to the ground. Number 2, is John actually hitting you, or are you faking the punch?
Well, that's
and
where the act.
number 3, I feel like it's hard to get hit in the face and get down on a perfect knee.
I was going to say, my biggest concern, Chad thinking he's athletic enough to do all that choreography so quickly.
Well,
Number
it's like,
2, Chad, I'm going to connect. I'm gonna clock you. That won't be acting.
well, I was thinking acting lessons like fake punching, like WWE type thing, where you graze me and I am able to whoof it out of my mouth at her
Now,
like a soft.
concern 3, do you think that is my concern? Can you spit a ring more than like 3 feet?
Well,
How far do
she's
you
gonna
think this thing's gonna go?
I'm saying she's
Also-
within 2.5 feet of me.
What if you swallow the ring while trying to get enough air
Another
to spit
concern.
it out?
Didn't think of that one.
Another concern.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have like my teeth closed. It's gonna be between my teeth and like my lip, so it's not gonna go down there.
You also didn't even answer your own question. You said, where would you do it? You didn't say where you would do it. You
Oh,
just said how you would do it.
In an apartment, just a basic.
At an apartment?
Yeah, like where? Yeah, I'm assuming we all live together at this point.
So then so you're gonna get like your engagement pictures, or you're gonna have a bloody nose.
In your own apartment.
We can do the pictures like the next day or something. I think
You'll be
people-
swollen. You'll have black eyes.
No, you're fake punching me, dude.
It's
Moral
just
of the
not
story, Chad's never getting married. You'll have to stay tuned for probably next week for John and I to give you our takes, because Chad just took about 15 minutes out putting this
Dude,
whole crazy
and
scenario out there.
And I've been this entire time trying to remember my train of thought because it was going to get better about my weekend with preseason football. It's going to get better. But I remember where I was at. So Thursday night, all my buddies are like, we bet on this game tonight. I'm like, no. I'm not betting on Marcus Vick throwing a friggin' Chad Messier at receiver. I'm not betting on that. I have some standards, not preseason football. Can't do it because I'd lose it. But I threw $100 on South Carolina over 6 wins under duress after a few Bud Lights. South Carolina over 6 wins. Godspeed on that one. That'll be settled in several months. Hopefully I have more funds.
On that note, I that same night, inspired by John, I hammered BC to win over 6 games as well. So we're expecting big games out of Boston College. We'll actually be previewing the ACC later tonight, so we'll be talking about them a bit. And we're also rooting for the Cox, baby. Big
Blood
year
Brothers.
for the Cox.
Blood Brothers. And then my last thought on the weekend, I got a blue stitched Christian McCaffrey jersey from the team store. Threw it on this weekend on Saturday. I friggin' love the way I look in that. I could wear that every day.
You would look good in blue.
No, I'm telling you, I know I looked good in it. Like
20
sometimes you
22
just throw
is a
something
good-
on.
22 is a nice number to wear too.
Dude,
It's easy on the eyes.
That blue color they got, those tealish blue jerseys, that should be every game. I don't know why they only wear them like twice. Those are absolute beauties. Might be the best jerseys in the league, I'll be honest.
They could
I'll
be.
say it.
Let me give you my 2 thoughts on the weekend. First one, pre-weekend, Sam Darnold is a superstar. I'm throwing money on him for MVP right there. I love him. Baker who? Baker my ass.
Whoa.
Number 2, if you're to power rank people to go to a concert with, I'm right up there. I am just so much fun to go to a concert with. There may not be a better person that either of you are friends with to go to a concert with. I know how to have fun, how to stay safe, how to save a few dollars here and there. I'm just an all-around. I'm perfect. I'm a 5-tool concert goer.
So I'm assuming you went to a concert this weekend.
I went to Kane Brown.
Awesome.
And Jason Aldean. Yep.
It's a good show. So yeah, today we on the docket we have the ACC for college football. ACC, they usually hover around, I want to say, the second or third best conference in the country, depending on the year. They can drop down to 4 if the Big 12's competing in there. But I have the odds pulled up here. Obviously, you have the defending champs, Clemson, as your favorites at -303. But, other than that, Miami's plus 800. I think they're going to have a down year, and no one else is above 1,000. So basically, Clemson's conference to lose. You guys have any initial thoughts on, your outlook on the ACC this year?
I'm really kind of bummed that Syracuse is in the same division as Clemson, because I can see Syracuse finishing this year with 1 or 2 losses, one obviously being to Clemson, and maybe another loss along the way. But that would be a fun ACC championship game. The local team, even though we have some issues with the city of Syracuse, definitely Connor. I think Syracuse is the second best team in the ACC. That DeVito guy, I think, is the real deal. And then the other team is my new school.
I mean, I love Dino Babers for Cuse, just on that note.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's going to be Virginia coming out of I think they're the Coastal and Clemson's the Atlantic. Don't quote me on that. But I think it's going to be a Clemson-Virginia ACC championship game. Also, Virginia's quarterback's getting a little bit of hype. Don't recall his name. I think Virginia could be a 2 or 3 loss team that isn't going to beat Clemson in the ACC championship, but I think they're going to be better than some of the teams we've seen Clemson play in that game the last couple of years.
I'm trying to think. Clemson played. They played Pitt last year in that game.
Yeah, that's a joke.
What a terrible
I
game.
I was there. I was on premises for that game. It was terrible. I hate Clemson. Yeah, there's really it's unfortunate Syracuse is in the same division as Clemson, because I think they're the only real team to potentially give them a run this year. I disagree, Connor, when you say second or third best conference. I think the ACC is pretty garbage. I would only put it ahead of.
No,
I don't even know if I would have put it ahead of the Pac-12 anymore.
I meant traditionally they're the second or third best. They've been falling off recently with Clemson. I feel like
when FSU and Louisville fell off a couple of years ago, the whole conference kind of went to shit.
I think they are the worst of the Power 5 this year, because I think we're all fairly high on the Pac-12, and I think we all are in on Big 12 being better than the ACC. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think the ACC is a hot garbage this year. In terms of who I think Clemson might face in the championship, I really have no idea. The Coastal, very, 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 very good chance is the worst Power 5 division in the country. The ACC Coastal. No doubt. It's absolute dog shit.
They're right there with what would it be? The Pac-12 South. The Pac-12 North is the good one. The South is kind of hot mess outside of Utah. But yeah.
Well, I mean, Miami is ranked going into the year, I believe.
They're always ranked.
But I agree. I think they're going to be terrible. I mean, speaking of Miami, Tate Martell, the transfer from Ohio State, apparently lost the QB battle today. And I wanted to.
So did dude. Both guys did. Perry lost at the start of last year. Lost. Some freshman got it. I got to even look up his name. I don't even know.
But I was going to say on your note on the. Where the conferences stand this year. I don't know if you saw today, Jimbo Fisher had he directed a comment at Dabo Swinney. Essentially, he just said that there's no way Clemson would have gone undefeated in the SEC last year, which I totally agree with. It's hard to get through the SEC week in, week out.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was going to say that as well and forgot, but no, he said, I think he also, in addition to that, he was like, they're like the 4th hardest team we played.
Right.
Which is pretty crazy.
That I disagree with. I agree with you guys that they wouldn't go through there undefeated, but they would not be the 4th or 5th best team.
I agree with what you said. Astute. That was astute, Chad.
The
name of the Jaron Williams. I like to finish my thoughts. Jaron Williams, starting quarterback for Miami over N'Kosi Perry.
He's a true freshman, right? True freshman.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like a bulldozer at quarterback. Looks like very good athlete. They might be decent with him, honestly.
So to wrap this conversation up, do you think Martell transfers in the next couple weeks, or do you think he hangs on and sees how this kid plays at quarterback? Because there's a good chance if he struggles, Martell is going to see time.
I mean, how many times can you transfer? At some point you got to make your last stand, or you got to figure out that you're just a backup. Or transfer. Yeah. If he does transfer again, he's got to go to maybe a non-Power 5 team or like a smaller Power 5 team, he's got to go to a school that's not known for its football, essentially.
Chad,
After striking out twice.
Chad, being the OSU expert, is he? I believe he's a running quarterback. Is he athletic enough to play slot receiver?
You hit it on the head. I saw a tweet today. Once he lost a job, saying, I forget who it was, someone well respected, that said they saw him as a slot wide receiver. And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of late in the process. If he wanted to make that, they see my nipple on the air.
No, dude, my cursor is like over it, so I thought it was pierced for a second.
If he wanted to make that transition, I think he should have and would have stayed at Ohio State to make that move. I think Connor's right. Like, I could see him transferring to like a Purdue or Minnesota, a team like that, where he would win the starting job. But I think he holds out a little while, because this season's going to be lost regardless if he transfers or not. So I think he holds out for a little while, sees what happens with this freshman, and if the kid struggles, he could see time and wind up winning that job.
Yeah. That's basically his only option, I think. But outside of Miami, I mean, Florida State's always an interesting team going into the year, just in terms of pedigree. They always get the hype. This year, I have no idea who's going to win the starting QB job. I know
it was the James Blackman one.
James Blackman. I know Francois transferred out, and then Alex Hornibrook transferred in from Wisconsin, and the most boneheaded transfer of the entire offseason. I don't know what he was going for there. Yeah. But anyways,
I'm pretty sure that no one at Wisconsin likes him. Actually, I think he just needed to leave.
Dude, I saw a tweet like maybe last week from a Wisconsin.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hornibrook had a comment to a reporter where he basically said like the receivers down here are more focused or something that.
He said it's the best receiver room he's been a part of.
Oh, that's right.
And all of Wisconsin's receivers tweeted him back or quote tweeted it and just were shitting on him. So I'm pretty sure everyone just hated him.
I saw the kid tweeted him back and said, "Kid must still be concussed."
Yeah. They hate it.
But yeah, I don't get why he transferred down there. But Florida State, I mean, they'll be pretty middle of the road, I feel like. Louisville's a dumpster fire.
I think Florida State will be better than they were last year. I could see them at 7-5.
That's not hard to do, though. They were terrible last year.
Yeah, I think they'll start to improve slowly. I could see them in a bowl game this year, but I don't think they're going to be competing.
Who do you think finishes the year with a better record, Florida State or Virginia Tech?
I would say Florida State.
I'll take Virginia Tech.
Wow. I have no idea what the Vegas win total is. I don't really know.
I have it right here, actually. That's funny you ask. I literally just pulled it up. Florida State's sitting at 7.5. I hate that number. And Virginia Tech is sitting at 8.
Really?
Yep. Virginia also at 8. Miami at 9.5. People are expecting them to have a big year.
Wow.
Clemson at 11.5. Yeah, I would hammer the Miami under, to be honest.
I kind of love the under.
Syracuse is sitting at 8. I like the over there.
Yeah.
Fun fact, the Syracuse win total's the line that's moved the most since it's opened up, so people are loving they're loving a big year for the Orange, the football
What did it
Orange.
start at? I'm curious.
I want to say it started at 6.5, maybe.
Wow.
Or 7.
Disrespectful, honestly.
Yeah. NC State's at 7. You got Wake Forest and Pitt at 6. BC at 6, as we talked about. I already hammered that. UNC at 5.5. Duke at 5.5. And then you got the crap of the crap. You got Georgia Tech and Louisville at 3.5 wins for the year.
UNC opens the year in Charlotte against the South Carolina Gamecocks. I'll be there. I believe it's in 2 weeks.
It'll be a good game.
I would
Two
bet
average
that
teams.
South Carolina wins by 17 at a minimum. North Carolina is bad.
We're gonna run them out of the building, definitely.
Cocky John.
I'm on the record, 38-10, Cox.
A 38-10 Cox victory to start the year. You heard it here first.
So before we
Chad,
move on,
I wanted to ask you actually. You have any players to watch in particular? I know we talked about the Virginia quarterback. He's a dark horse Heisman candidate, but other than that, any other players in the conference you're excited to watch?
so Clemson lost literally everybody and their friends and family on the defensive line. Wilkins, Farrell, the fat
Lawrence.
guy in the middle, yeah,
Lawrence.
Lawrence. So they have the defensive end who was a 5-star last year, played a little
Xavier
bit.
Thomas.
Yeah, Xavier, don't know how to say it.
I
I
don't
think
care
he's
for that dude.
overrated. He's preseason All ACC. He's yet to prove anything, so I'll put him at overrated at the moment. But
He's,
it's going to be big to their success this year because their D line is depleted.
He's a very good player, but he's the type of guy that strikes me as like he could get popped any week for a suspension of any kind. I also am pretty sure that
John is profiling right now.
John's throwing out character flaws at the
No,
Clemson D line right now.
this guy had
He's
like
probably a good person.
he had like a 6-figure like some rich car like right after he committed
I
to
did
Clemson.
see that actually. I saw
I
that he
thought
pulled up
I had
practice in like a
My
Bentley.
suspicions, like I swear he got paid. I
All
swear he
right,
got paid.
so that's John's bold prediction of the year. Xavier Thomas is only playing 4 games before he's popped for something. The other guy to watch also on Clemson is Justin Ross, the wide receiver. He is beyond amazing. He's not on Jerry Judy's level yet just because he's only a true sophomore, but he is freaky. If you
You
have
like him better than T. Higgins?
Yes. Yeah. I think Justin Ross is the clear elite number 1 option there. I think they'll both have around 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah.
Other guys,
Their weapons are just disgusting. Their receivers are filthy.
it makes me
Isn't
so good.
ETN still there too?
Yeah.
easily
Yeah,
the
they're
best.
going to be
back in
filthy
the-
on offense.
I don't want to say that in front of Connor, but yeah. So Connor, let's talk a little bit about your Eagles before we wrap up. So they got Dylan at running back, a solid player. How's the quarterback situation looking this year?
So Anthony Brown is he's coming into his junior season. He might be a redshirt junior. I have to double check that, but he got banged up in the Clemson game last year. He's a true junior, and he rolled his ankle pretty bad, and our season basically fell off. So I really like Anthony Brown actually as our quarterback. We have a receiver named Kobe White. You can keep an eye out for him. He's shifty. He had about
Isn't that the
600
UNC
yards last
basketball
year.
player?
Yeah.
That's
it
Kobe.
is.
All right, so that's Kobe White. The
Okay.
guy on BC is Kobe. There's
Okay.
a difference. It's like KOBI, I want to say. But they're going to be exciting on offense. The thing that concerns me is we lost a ton of defensive players from last year. Zach Allen, our best edge rusher, we lost. We lost our entire secondary. Both safeties, both corners gone to the NFL. So it's next man up on defense, and our O-line is a little bit depleted. So those are my areas of concerns. These are the best skill weapons that BC's had since I went to school there back in 2014. I'm still hammering the over 6 wins. I like it. We have some easy games early in the season against like Kansas and Rutgers, I believe. So you can expect a 7-win year from BC.
Wow.
Which is more than 6.
is more
Yeah,
than
so-
6.
They open with Virginia Tech, and then they have Richmond, Kansas, BC, Wake, Louisville. So that could be five wins right there, hopefully. And then who knows? You need one more. They do play Notre Dame this year too.
Connor, I like you, and I hope you win this bet. How does that
Wow.
sound?
I appreciate.
Are you
that.
just eating? Have you been just ripping like carrots the whole show? What is that? What are you eating?
No.
That's
It's
kale.
I had orange in my water, and the water ran out, so I wanted to eat the orange.
You're eating the orange. You're just eating the orange peel. What are you doing?
No, there's a little bit of orange left.
So for the folks at
Interesting.
home, the bet is still on that we made last week. Connor's still eating healthy during the weekdays. John, it looks like you're gonna owe me $40. So
It's only day 6.
Where did you get $40 from? Where was it $40?
We may have to replay the tape.
Connor also he said he was going to tweet every meal. He has tweeted none meals. Not one.
None meals?
None meals.
I got to get on that this week.
So I don't know
will
if we
get
can even... Can we even count it? Is it even countable?
I will get you a list from last Tuesday until today. Through today.
I'm gonna get Rodriguez on this. I'm gonna make sure he's auditing your meals.
Okay. We can do that.
It's gonna happen.
So before we move on to NFL, do we want to go a little 16 questions?
Ooh, switch it up off the cuff. See
Let's
if I'm
rip it,
prepared
eh?
or not.
Yeah,
I am.
boys.
I have a piece of paper. I'm ready to go. Just let me think of someone. Give me 5. Give me a countdown from 5 and I'll have it.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Cinco. Cuatro.
Oh.
Tres. Dos. Uno. Cero.
I got it.
Okay.
Remind the folks what's the score?
John has 4. Chad has 1. Connor
I
is
got
at
nothing.
0.
Nada.
Connor stinks. All right, I'm ready.
Connor, you first or me?
I'll ask the first question. Is this person an athlete?
Yep.
Is this person a current athlete?
Yep.
Is this person a male?
Yep.
Is this person in the NFL?
Nope.
Okay.
College football?
Nope.
Team sport?
Nope. Oh, Connor's like shit. Look at that face. He had the shit face.
Is this person in MMA?
No.
Oh, God damn it.
I think I've targeted like a non-team sport athlete now almost every time. I can't remember the first few, but it's a trend with me. I just
messed up, man. That's messed up. That's a sneaky one. Sneaky snake.
Is this person over the age of 35?
Damn
Dude,
it.
that doesn't help me whatsoever, Chad.
And it doesn't help me because I don't know the answer.
That will not narrow it down whatsoever.
Yeah, it will. If it's over, then it's probably golf, potentially tennis. If it's under, then...
Over 35.
Okay.
That was the
But,
8th question. You're halfway
How
home.
old are people in NASCAR? You know?
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
No, yeah. Is this
They
person
don't
a
know where
golfer?
to
Is
go.
this person a golfer?
No. This is 10 right here.
Shit. Is this person a tennis player?
Yes.
Let's go! Messier fires the crowd up. We've got 3 left each.
Yeah, 3 each
It's
left.
time
Is
for
it
guessing.
Roger Federer?
Connor Powers has won his first matchup. Chad served it up on a silver platter for him.
I feel like Federer with the spike off of the serve.
Roger
Let's
Federer.
go, Roger.
Roger Federer, 38 years old, not a big guy, but man, can he hit a I think he's serving at still like 120, 130, somewhere around there.
Is he the best ever?
Greatest tennis player? Yeah, I was just gonna
Yes.
say, is he the best ever?
I'm just saying that because he's devilishly handsome and supremely talented and in my generation, so I'm saying he is.
I don't hate that response whatsoever. But we need to move along to.
Do you think of something like, is he a Rolex?
Yes.
Can there be like a more picture perfect spokesperson for a luxury watch than Roger Federer?
No.
And that beautiful jawline of his. I'm gonna get off on a tangent. You got
I
it.
do want to say though about that, his wife. To be honest with him, the utmost respect for his game. His wife, there's something to be desired there. She's an average-looking woman. I'm sure she's lovely. I have nothing against her. I've heard murmurings. That's just the word on the street. But we gotta move along to the NFL. We
One
have
love.
the
One
AFC NFC West tonight. AFC West is going to be a very good conference this year. NFC West is absolutely up in the air outside of the Rams, I would say. So we'll kick it off with the AFC West. You have the Chiefs, obviously the division winners last year. Some would argue the Super Bowl favorites this season. They have everyone back except for Kareem Hunt. They have Mahomes. Kelsey's healthy. Tyreek Hill is somehow not suspended. He's playing this year. You have the LA Chargers, who made a playoff run last year before getting spanked by the Pats. Phillip Rivers arguably had his best season of his career last year, I would say. Melvin Gordon, the big question mark for the Chargers. We can get into that in a little bit. Then you have the Broncos, who figure to be very much improved. They still have that amazing defense. They acquired Joe Flacco in the offseason. He's elite, as many people know. And then, this is the team I can't wait to talk about. The Raiders already have a major headache on their hands with this guy, Antonio Brown, who arguably might be the most, I would say, bipolar person in sports. I don't know how to describe him. He is so infuriating, almost, to be honest. But we can get to that later. I mean, it's the Chiefs to lose this year, is it not? Or is anyone on the Chargers bandwagon by chance?
I'll take Chad. I just stiff armed you. I was really high on the Chargers last year, and I am really high on the Chargers again this year. Rivers, he's got to make a run before it's too late, and it's almost too late. I think their defense is fantastic. If they don't have Melvin Gordon, is he still holding out? I didn't even.
He is. His agent formally requested a trade since the Chargers are not going to be giving him more than $10 million.
Austin Eckler,
you know what? And you just had me. I was like, I really don't care. Eckler's a good player. Picked him off free agency last year and started him quite often because he's a good player. Good pass catching back, and he can make some guys miss. So they'll be fine if they don't have Gordon. Not worried about that. Mike Williams, former Clemson receiver, as much as I hate him, he's going to be a friggin' animal. Healthy this year coming into the season. Look for him to have a big year, I think. I'm high on the Chargers. I don't know necessarily if they'll beat the Chiefs for the division, but they're going to be in the playoffs. But you know what? I'll just say it for fun. Chargers win the division.
John's high on the Chargers. I'm higher. I got the Chargers at 11-5, but I have the Chiefs at 12-4. Okay. Mecole Hardman and Tyreek Hill is like the scariest duo at receiver, I think, in the history of football. All right? It is going to be like just two midgets running around the field, just burning by everyone. It will be frightening. Defense couldn't get any worse than it was last year, so hopefully we see some improvement there. Mahomes will be about the same, maybe a little worse. Chargers, Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa are the best DN duos in the NFL, I believe.
Quick shout out Ohio State and South Carolina right there, that pairing.
Yeah.
Little connection for me and Chad. That's why we like the Chargers, baby. Even though for some reason he said the Chiefs would be better. But anyway, continue.
Derwin James is potentially the best safety in the NFL.
Yep.
After 1 year. His name is just dope. Who else? I mean, they're all. Keenan Allen is just a monster.
Keenan Allen's a pretty monster.
That's what I'm saying, Hunter Henry's gonna play a full season for them this year. Hopefully, he got hurt early last year.
Yeah.
His first game last year was that playoff game. No. Wasn't he not supposed to play? And he just
I believe that sounds correct. Yes. That sounds correct.
He has a full year back. Phillip Rivers doesn't seem concerned about Melvin Gordon. My apologies. He came out. This was almost like a month ago at this point. He said that they had a deep running back room, is what he said. So he's confident in their guy Eckler.
Casey Hayward, a notable, probably top 10, definitely top 10 cornerback. Casey Hayward for them on defense. I knew there was someone we were missing.
Their defense is stacked, to be honest.
Perryman's good too. Defense. Good young linebacker. And they brought Thomas Davis in from the Panthers. So I mean they're legit. They're a good team.
Chiefs are the favorites to win the division at -155. Chargers can be had at +195, which I think is
Does that mean if you
pretty
bet
decent value.
$195, you win 100?
Reverse.
No, it means if you bet 100, you'll win 195. If you
Okay,
bet 155 on the Chiefs, you would win 100, since they're the
gotcha.
favorites.
Okay.
The Raiders are +1100. You might as well just
Throw your money away.
throw your money in the toilet. At that point, they're going to be garbage.
Am I
again.
crazy saying the Raiders will have a better record than the Broncos?
No. The Broncos are the Raiders have better odds to win the division than the Broncos this year.
Oh, okay.
People do think that they still have one of the best defenses in football, though, with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb and that back end secondary. And they, Joe Flacco was a serviceable quarterback just 2 years ago, so anything's going to be better than who'd they have starting last year? Case Keenum?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
He was
Boys,
garbage.
I was telling he's on the Redskins now. I just can't imagine a less exciting starting quarterback for your NFL team than fucking Case Keenum.
I saw Colt McCoy's competing for that starting job right now.
That would be more exciting. That would be way more exciting than Case Keenum.
Hook 'em.
Nothing against Case. It's just like it could
And
get
they
more
have
exciting.
Alex Smith, who's currently dead. He's in a coffin, but that's another boring
And
guy.
they have Dwayne Haskins. But
How can you forget your boy?
No, I know that. But I was just saying they have another really boring guy like Case Keenum.
He didn't look very good the other night, Haskins.
He needs a year. He shouldn't start this year.
Yeah.
They could wind up
He's gotta-
forcing him into the role, but I think he, like Mahomes, he needs a year because he was only a 1-year starter at Ohio State, so really not a lot of experience going into this. But I don't know. The Redskins are stupid enough to start him week 1. It'd be like it's a John move.
Yeah. I was going to say, though, back to the Broncos, the problem with them, they have almost no weapons on offense. Emmanuel Sanders, not that good anymore. I
Has he
couldn't tell you
recovered
who
from
their...
the Achilles injury?
I believe
They
he's full
have-
go this year.
They have a
Cortland
nice
Sutton-
little running back. They have a
Yeah.
nice little running back in Philip Lindsay.
And
First on the
Royce
scene.
Freeman.
You know who they need to bring back? No Sean Marino. Just bring him back.
Wow. He was supposed to be something and fizzled off about as quick as any running back in our time has really fizzled off.
I will say, for those of you looking for some fantasy tips, an AFC West guy, running back for the Raiders, Josh Jacobs, in love with him. Don't be afraid to take him in the second round. I think they have that Jalen Richard still, who we'll see early on some third down snaps, but Jacobs is very good out of the backfield receiving the ball. I think he's going to be a focal point of that offense this year, especially once we get to weeks 4, 5, and 6 when he's had time to acclimate. I think that'll be a decent little trio of Carr, Jacobs, and assuming Antonio Brown plays.
Yeah. He'll play. He's the biggest con man in the NFL right now. He's like can't wait to get back out on the field with my teammates after saying he was going to retire. It's like, get over yourself. You know, he was never going to retire. He just wanted to get a different helmet to try to, the league will be scared if I retire because I'm marketable. But they called his bluff.
It's like John. He's marketable, so he's leaving it open like he doesn't know who his favorite NFL team is. Pisses some people off, but in reality, he always knew he was going to be a Panthers fan this year.
Did you just call me handsome?
I may have.
That's what I heard out of that.
Dude,
Thanks,
Antonio Brown is the most... I'm prepared to say he might be my most disliked football player ever at this point. I always used to dislike him because Dave Cardillo used to never shut up about how he was better than Julio Jones. And my thing was, Julio has always been more professional. He produces more consistently, et cetera, et cetera. And now Antonio Brown's like off his fucking rocker.
Who's more
doing?
hateable? Who's more hateable, Antonio Brown or Dave Cardillo?
Oh, Antonio Brown. I wouldn't say that about my good friend David.
Wow, that's pushing it.
Yeah.
He does have
I
a
think
hot
we
sister.
should move along to the NFC West, I think. I mean, I have the Chiefs winning the division as well. So,
Okay. So we're all.
I do have. If you're looking for a value pick for that division, though, I mean, I think the Chargers are the move. I think they have a very good shot at least competing for the division title. So
I agree. I definitely agree. I think that's two at least 10-win teams right there. So let's move on to the NFC West. Connor, who's in the NFC West? I honestly don't know.
So we have the Rams, who is your NFC representative in the Super Bowl from last season. Then we have the Seahawks, who are expected to be very good again this year. Russell Wilson, I still think he might be the most underrated quarterback in the NFL. And outside of that, you have the 49ers. You have Jimmy Garoppolo coming back for a full season, which will be fun to watch. And the last team is the Arizona Cardinals with Kyler Murray at the helm. I saw something today, actually, that the Cardinals are refusing to show their full offense in the preseason until week 1. I don't know what this guy, Cliff Kingsbury's getting. I don't know what he's up to. I don't trust him. I don't know if they're going to be good or if they're going to be really bad but fun to watch. I have no idea what to expect from Arizona.
I think John's on mute. He's talking, but we're literally not hearing anything. So John is muted.
And what I'm saying is here's the thing. Connor, do you have the Cardinals win total pulled up?
John, I have their odds to win the division pulled up. They're at plus 2,500. I will get that number for you momentarily.
I am super duper intrigued by the Arizona Cardinals this year for some reason. Just after hearing that they're hiding their offense. Maybe Kingsbury, everyone thinks this is like the worst hiring. Maybe he's going to be kind of nice.
Arizona Cardinals sitting at 5.5 for the win total.
Might take the over. Is it plus?
Over is plus 110.
Love it, honestly.
This might be when the line opened up originally, so this line could have moved since then. Oh, no, this was updated Monday, August 12th. That is today. Wow.
So here's
other teams.
I feel like Kingsbury, though. I feel like we're not going to talk about the Cardinals much, so I'm just going to throw this in there. Dude, he might just be the kind of guy. He's a good schematic coach. He just needs the right defensive coordinator. Maybe he couldn't recruit it at Texas Tech. He might be getting a bad rap. He could be pretty good.
He got hired because they hope he's Sean McVay. There's no question in my mind.
And maybe he didn't have the right quarterback going off the recruiting. Maybe he never had the right quarterback at Texas Tech.
But Patrick Mahomes, my guy.
I know. Well, no. He was good with Mahomes, but I'm saying
they didn't make. I don't think they finished with more than like 7 wins
with Mahomes.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
They never have a
so
defense.
He's bad. All right, he's bad. I'm saying it now. Cliff Kingsbury's bad. He'll be out after a year and a half. Kyler Murray, rookie of the year, though, probably. Him or Josh Jacobs. Give me Kyler Murray, but Cliff Kingsbury's still bad. I completely forgot he had Mahomes. That's awful. That's disgustingly awful.
Yeah, so the Rams win totals sitting at 10, and then we have the Seahawks at 8.5, and I'm looking, and the 49ers are expected, they're sitting at 8.5 for win total, so Vegas expects a big year out of Jimmy G and the boys.
I don't mind the Niners. I like Marquise Goodwin. George Kittle, I love.
They just signed Tevin Coleman from Atlanta. He's projected to be their starting running back.
They have him and McKinnon, who should be back from I think he had a torn ACL in the preseason last year. So I think that's a sleeper team that could win the division. If you're going to pick one of those 3 teams outside of St. Louis LA that could make a run at the division. I like the 49ers a lot.
They're at plus 550, by the way, to win the division.
I don't see that one. I love Seattle over 8.5. I think they're going to be a pretty good team. It's kind of mind-boggling that San Francisco is the same. They're both 8.5 there. I don't feel a whole lot of emotion towards this division. It really doesn't affect me in any way. So I honestly don't know. I think the Rams are pretty obviously going to win it, but I couldn't care less.
Seattle's always right there. They'll be in the playoffs. I don't watch the NFC West. I'm not gonna lie to you. If there's any sort of East Coast game going on at that 4:25 slot when it's the NFC West playing, I'm tuned in to
Dude,
any
the
other
NFC
game.
West is never the game that anyone has on.
Dude, I don't want to be watching a Seattle versus like San Francisco game at 4:25 in the afternoon and keep in mind in the fall/winter it's starting to get dark, but the game is like the sun is like beaming down. I'm like, I don't know where this game's going on. I don't want to watch it.
You're always gonna watch,
and they're on Fox, which is just like kind of the displayment of football games on CBS versus Fox is mind-boggling. How much better CBS is. Like, I get depressed watching the 4:25 Fox games. Like, it's even if it's the Rams versus the Cardinals, like, it makes me sad laying on the couch. I get sad.
Yeah, there's a few exceptions, but you just really that's not the game anyone has on. Like, anyway, I think the Rams are gonna win it by a game over Seattle. I look at San Francisco. I don't know. San Francisco, I just don't see it.
There's a lot to be desired in San Francisco, I think. They're that team that just has
on their defense. Who's on their defense?
They have like Solomon Thomas.
But Bosa sprained his ankle. He's not even playing the preseason. He's had 2 injuries now to his lower half already since being drafted, so that's kind of concerning.
Yeah, he's dead. That's all right though. Give me one guy. All right. We're kind of trashing the NFC West right now. Give me one player that if you had to go a celebrity golf tournament, you had to play with, it was just a 2-man scramble. You had to play with one NFC West player. Who would it be?
I like that question.
Can I pick John Lynch, who's technically not a player?
No, it has. You can do that. I'll allow it.
I want to play with John Lynch. He'll forget my name after about the 6th hole because his head's so messed up. But I think he'll be a good time.
So I'm between two guys. For this.
One of them is considering Jared Goff.
No, I'm not. It's between George Kittle and DJ Swearinger. And George
Kittle's a great pick.
I think Kittle would make me laugh a lot. But DJ Swearinger is my guy from South Carolina. I think he would make me laugh a lot. I don't know who to pick. Should I flip a coin?
Yeah. While you
sounds like it sounds like DJ's your guy and he'll make you laugh, whereas George is just gonna make you laugh. So I think you might have to go with DJ, is what it sounds like.
We're gonna go with DJ. We're gonna go with DJ Swearinger.
It's a good choice.
But if he pulls out due to injury, I'm gonna give George a call.
Okay.
It's a good reserve.
I'm going to go Larry Fitzgerald. I feel like he's a phenomenal golfer, and I feel like we could share some beers together, and he's old enough, has that fatherly influence where if I black out, he'd be able to take care of me.
I love that pick.
Thank you.
I thought you were gonna say like he's one of the nicest guys in the NFL. We could have a genuine conversation, talk about all of his traveling and his travel company that he started. But no, you pick him so that he can watch you. He can babysit you while you black out at a charity golf event. Shame on you.
I was just thinking, I just picked him over Gurley. I'm kind of mad at myself.
Shame on you. He asked the question he was not prepared to give an answer. So damn sad.
So who do we think is winning this division? I already said the Rams. What do you guys think?
I'll take the Rams too.
Okay.
Yeah. Rams 12-4. I see San Francisco battling for a wild card spot at 9-7. Not sure if they get it. I have Seattle at 8-8, and I have the Cardinals at 4-12.
You know, as bad as we I didn't slander this division for performance reasons.
You slandered it. Oh, no.
It wasn't for performance reasons. It was because I just don't care to watch it. But I think it could be a sneaky decent division. Because I think the Cardinals could be like a 6-10, 7-9. and fourth, and then the Niners are going to give 500 a run, and I think that Seattle and the Rams are a shoo-in for the playoffs. Not a shoo-in, but good bet.
Here's what's gonna happen. I think the Rams will get off to their traditional 7-2, 8-2 start. Seattle will be about 500 at that point in the season. Everyone will be questioning them. Rams will be up about 5 games in the division towards the second half of the season. Then Seattle's gonna rip off 5 or 6 straight with Russell Wilson balling out. That's what they do every year. They'll probably sneak into the playoffs. I think the 49ers sneaky might get to 9 wins this year. People forget Jimmy G's kind of legit. He was just hurt. So we'll see what Kyle Shanahan can do with him in year 2. The Cardinals, as fun as Kyler Murray is to watch, I don't see myself watching almost any Cardinals games this year.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully Kyler changed that for me, but Cliff Kingsbury is going to be doing some bullshit. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be almost a mockery of football, I think. We'll see. I'll probably tune in for a game to see how he coaches, and that might be it. Other than that, you guys have any last words? We'll be doing the NFC, AFC North next week, and college football starts in 7 days, I believe. No, that's incorrect. There's no way there's a Monday game. I believe it's next week, though. Correct, John?
Yeah, Miami, Florida, week 0. Week 0. Florida's going to put a beat down on them.
Why are they playing that game so early?
That's
because they want me to bet on it. That's why. They want to take my money.
That's exactly true.
Florida opened up as a 7-point favorite, by the way. I am leaning heavily towards that.
You say that's a Saturday?
Is it too late now to say sorry?
I believe it's a Thursday or a Friday. No,
got it. It better not be a Thursday.
I think it's a Saturday.
It's
gonna be an 8 p.m. Saturday on ESPN, potentially ABC.
Yeah,
Saturday.
John, the statistician.
Yeah, on ESPN.
Saturday at 7. I wish it was an hour later.
I do too.
I wish it was an hour later. 8 would be a little
feeling.
Bit yeah.
The feeling between a 7 versus 8 o'clock, it's seductive. It's seductive.
7 is
8 o'clock starts.
7's like a little premature guy.
8 o'clock, it's just full on, getting the job done, all the way to completion. Yeah.
And on that note, we are going to shift into the ball of the bases, baseball. Talk a little baseball. Chad, I know you're hot and bothered this time of year.
Yeah, I'm just kind of following the Yankees. They're winning. Gleyber Torres just hit another 2 home runs against Baltimore tonight. It's kind of comical ridiculous. How many home runs he has against Baltimore. Siri
joining us tonight. How you doing?
Good, baby girl. Is there anything that really update in baseball? I just feel like this is the big time dog days.
Dude, I was into it. So I was watching ESPN today, during the morning. No news at all to report on. Literally nothing. They're talking about Bryson DeChambeau or whatever his name. What is his first name?
Dude, that's your boy. You love him, Bryson.
Yeah. I do like him, but I saw the video today. Everyone was getting pissed at him for slow play, and Brooks Koepka apparently was just saying stuff to his face after Bryson was crying about it to Brooks' caddy. So, I mean, that's a slow day to report on.
Slow day.
ESPN's currently running a 7-hour fantasy football special on ESPN2, 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. I turn it on. Matthew Berry and Adam Schefter competing in a relay race. These dudes are out of their mind. They're out of their mind.
That's actually unbelievable. That's what's going on right now in the world.
That's what's going on.
For those who have hung on this long, because baseball, we have nothing to say. Fantasy football, any advice for the listeners?
Chad, I want to bring up how the Cleveland Indians are tied for first now in the Central. That's probably the biggest story. They just caught fire. You were slandering the hell out of them earlier.
Harry Potter, what do you think of the Indians?
Well, they get Kluber back in about, I want to say, a couple weeks here. Yeah. And Zach Plesac's been pitching lights out for them in the meantime. I think they're going to win that division, although I think the Twins will still make the playoffs. I think they're a solid team as well. Indians are just streaking. I know they have the Red Sox in an important series this week. Red Sox you can cut them. They're done. Absolutely done.
Dude, the AL is really just, in terms of playoffs, it's just the A's and Rays battling for the second wild card at this point.
I'll tell you what, the Mets,
I hate
they're
them.
must-watch TV right now. They
They
have
are
been absolutely electric recently. I want to say they've won 15 of their last 17.
They're 8-2 in their last 10. That's all I know. They're only a game
Well,
back in that
that's
wild card. That I hope they make it.
I do too.
I
I
really
really
hope
like
they-
that team. They're exciting to watch. The Yankees can kiss my ass. I don't like watching them play, to be honest, at all. There's no excitement out there for me.
You don't like seeing Gio Urshela hit like a home run every night?
He doesn't do it for me. He just doesn't do it. I
You know who
hate
does
the
do it?
Yankees.
The best pitcher in baseball, better than Max Scherzer, Shane Bieber.
Shane Bieber's so good.
And then
I
just
did-
like in terms of, go ahead.
I did want to talk about Ryu from the Dodgers real quick. He's still lights out. Ryu. How do you say this guy's name? Is it Hyun Jun? Ryu?
It's when you Ryu.
No, it's not. Is that
Yeah,
actually how you
it's just-
say it?
Well,
Hey,
yeah.
Gene Ryu.
Hien Jun Ryu.
Well, regardless, he's been lights out. He's got like a .78 ERA since the All-Star break or something like that. It's dumb.
You know, he's on the DL. IL.
Yeah, I was just saying when he was pitching, he was nice. The Dodgers, they could rest all their players until the playoffs. They really wanted to.
Dude, I would have to say, just to the Dodgers are like, I've never seen a slaughter this early in a division. Like, it's
Yeah.
not even.
Not even
It's
close.
just
It's like
ridiculous.
25 games now, right?
Yeah, it's close to 20 if it isn't. But I wanted to shout out two teams real quick. Quite honestly, at this point in the year, in my lifetime, these are two of the worst teams I've ever seen in my life. The Baltimore Orioles and Detroit Tigers are so horrendously bad. The Orioles are 40 under, and the Tigers are 45 under. 500.
So I want to ask you
August.
something.
In early August.
As someone who used to work in sales for a sport franchise, what is the atmosphere like in sales for if you're working for the Baltimore Orioles or the Detroit Tigers? There are absolutely nobody coming to these games.
I honestly cannot.
You have
even
to
imagine.
reach out to every summer recreation program in the state to get the stadium even
Dude,
remotely full.
Baltimore's got to be giving out tickets like by the bushel to get even like 10K in there.
If Baltimore called me and said, we'll give you a free box for a weekend series and you have a meet and greet with the players every night, I may turn it down. I don't think there's a
Dude.
single Oriole that I would want to meet. Is there
Their
one?
I
There's not
don't
one.
know. Their run differentials, like I almost just puked everywhere. The Orioles are negative 234 runs, and the Tigers are negative 228. The next closest is the Marlins at 119. The Marlins honestly look respectable. They look like a good team next to these two, and they stink.
Do you think there's AAA teams out there that could compete with
No.
the Orioles and the Tigers?
I do not. I wouldn't take it that far. I'm just saying, like, I mean, they essentially are like both quadruple A teams.
Yeah.
They honestly,
They're in their own
if you-
division.
if you put
They've
them in
been
a 7-game
relegated.
Series, I think that they might get relegated. If you put a 7-game series against like the two best AAA teams, I think that it might be like a 4-2 series. I think the AAA team get a couple now that I think about it.
If you made,
What about a AAA All-Star team?
they would be
Like who's got the most loaded farm system?
Astros or
Dude, the Orioles and Tigers are pretty friggin' bleak. They honestly, the Astros.
Do they even have prospects coming
That's
up?
what I
What's
don't
good with
understand.
that?
I haven't seen a prospect for either of those teams since like the 1400s.
It's bad. I mean, it's real bad.
If you did a 13 game series, okay, and you you made an all-star team out of the Orioles and the Tigers, combined all their best players.
Wait, why are we going 13 games? Why can't we keep this to a standard
Okay.
7-game series?
7 games.
And they played the Yankees players on the DL right now, the Yankees would sweep them.
All right, let's relax. I mean, the Orioles literally just beat the Yankees with just beat the who is it? The Astros. They got blown out 23-2 on Saturday, and then they won on Sunday. What was it, the Astros? Yeah, they won they were plus 850 underdogs. If some brave soul threw dollars on the Orioles yesterday, you are a brave soul.
They were 850.
Yeah, it's like that's the biggest underdog I've ever seen. Yeah.
I've never seen more than like 400. Shout out to
Dude, they lost 23-2. They lost 23-2 the day prior.
Shout out Yordan Alvarez. He had 3 homers and 7 RBIs in that game. That's just not even real.
He's nice. I also that dude Aristides Aquino, or however you say that.
Aristotle.
Yeah, Aristotle on the Reds has been filthy. He has about 8 home runs through 4 games, I feel like. Dude's been raking.
Well, you know, yeah. We'll see what happens over the next month. It's just kind of God's got to give us football. It's coming.
I need it. Yeah, I mean, once football gets started, you're good until next summer, because then you have basketball, hockey, everything falls in order. We just need football to start. We love you, football. I was actually watching the new Peyton Manning show on ESPN Plus today. Pretty solid actor. I just wanted to give him a shout out for that.
Did I hear correctly that? Is it nice?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like 20-minute episodes. Joe Namath was in the first one. Chris Carter in the second one. Second episode, he throws a football off like some 23rd floor building in New York City, so that was dope.
Oh, so it's like Dude Perfect featuring Peyton Manning.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Did I see somewhere that Hulu, ESPN Plus, and Disney Plus are like combining, and it's like $13.99 a month?
Yeah, they're doing like a Transformers power-up thing, and they're all like inter-relegating their bodies and conforming into this monster, like a mastiff.
Sounds like the Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Have you guys seen this show Chernobyl?
No.
Yeah. Very, very good show. Powerful stuff, honestly. Like really, really messed up, like what nukes can do to people, or radiation. Another show that I'm excited is back on air, Succession on HBO. Incredible show about the Roy family, who own a media conglomerate. Would highly recommend to anyone who likes Billions. It's a similar vibe to that. And another show,
Boogie Shoes McLaren, my boy, shout out. He told me to watch that too. So that's 2 on Succession that have now said to watch it. I might have to watch it.
I'm also very close to finishing Euphoria with Zendaya. I would like to marry her one day. I think she's very beautiful. That's another good show if you're looking for something out there. That's also on HBO.
I'm adding a new segment right now. It's called The Boys Minute, and we're just gonna be real with each other. And I need a little girl help right now. So I need your advice on something. The folks at home can listen. So not gonna name names, but it was back a couple weekends ago. Went out, at a bar playing darts. Okay. And it's a 2v2 match, and I'm with a girl, okay? Paired with a girl who's super competitive. I had a bit of a crush on her, okay? The cocktails were flowing. I knew my accuracy was not going to be good, so I played dumb. I played big-time dumb. She came over, asked me to play. I got all hot and Gucci about it. And then I played dumb, pretend like I never played darts before, didn't know how to play. So I had her teach me, and I was, she had to pick the numbers that she wanted me to throw at. And, I thought it was working. And then we wound up losing. And she got pissed at me and never talked to me for the rest of the night.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. That's one of the worst moves. One of the most beta moves I've ever seen in the history of mankind. When a girl's playing darts and you're her partner, you're trying to win that thing. I don't care how bad you are. You got to be trying to win that thing. And it sounds like you were more focused on the female. than winning the prize. If you won the prize, you would have won the female as well. You know, it all comes down to you got to perform in darts, or you're not getting the girl.
Chad, now I honestly, I kind of love you asking her to teach you.
Yeah.
If you ended up actually like being good and being like, I just did that, like you just be like, you like joke around like, I actually knew how to play the whole time, blah, and then she thinks you're funny, and then you buy her a drink, and then you're good.
Yeah.
But sounds like you weren't very good at darts, in fact, and you kind of blew it.
I was missing the board probably every other throw.
As Migos would say, you picked up the bag and then you fumbled it.
Okay.
But no, I think, maybe next time, like, you had a good thought. You just really kind of blew it when it mattered.
Execution was poor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys.
Don't
This is
actually.
very
That's
helpful.
the thing. Don't actually suck. Like, be like, oh, hi, like, do like a little, hi. I knew how to play the whole time, and then like, she's like, oh, Chad, and then you buy her a drink.
Now she just hates that she had to spend the time to teach you how to play, and you guys still lost. So it was like a double whammy right there.
Chad, I want you to go up to a girl you've never met next time you go out and say, how much does a polar bear weigh?
Enough to break the ice.
See? Do that. See what happens.
I'm just gonna. I'll have my phone up with cute pickup lines and just go through them.
Yeah, Larry Fitzgerald can be spectating you from the back to make sure you don't do anything stupid.
I'll wear my sexy black pants as well. All right. Well, thank you for that, boys. We'll keep this little tradition going. Anytime either one of us needs a little girl advice, guy advice, whatever it is. If you want to, let us know what you think of my situation. Did I mess up? I believe I did based on what the boys said. But anyways, we're going to sail off into the sunset. You know the drill. AJ, hit him with that little outro. Alyssa, I love you so much. You have no idea. Goodbye.